Friends, have you ever wondered how the world's most successful people achieve such great things? Is it just the result of their intelligence, talent, or luck? Absolutely not. The real secret lies in their small daily habits because excellence isn't an act. It's a habit. According to research from Duke University, about 40% of our daily actions are driven by our habits. Like the old saying goes, we are what we repeatedly do. Often we hear this kind of advice but ignore it. However, believe it or not, the biggest factor that makes someone great or successful is their small, consistent habits. Take Warren Buffett, for example, one of the wealthiest people in the world. But he didn't build his empire in a day or even a year. His success didn't come overnight. It's the result of small, disciplined habits he consistently followed in his life. Daily, he reads for 5 to 6 hours, carefully analyzes every investment decision, and thinks long-term with patience. These are the million-dollar habits that made him one of the world's most successful investors. And with similar habits, you too can make your biggest dreams come true. Today, I bring you a book that shows how our habits shape every aspect of our lives, like finances, health, relationships, and career. It also explains what separates the most successful people in the world from everyone else. This book teaches us how to build positive habits, let go of bad habits, and use the power of consistency to fuel our success. The book is none other than Brian Tracy's bestseller, Million Dollar Habits. So, without further delay, let's dive into the lessons from this book. Big idea. Number 1. The power of habits. The biggest lesson of this book is the power of habits. Let's start with a story. Bear Gryls, whom you may know as one of the world's most daring adventurers. But his life story goes beyond adventure. He's faced many significant challenges that have shaped him into an extraordinary person. His life took a big turn in 1998 when he attempted to climb Mount Everest at the age of 23. Climbing the world's highest peak was a childhood dream for him. But in 1998, as he was ascending toward the summit from the South Pole, he experienced a terrifying accident. One of his climbing partners fell due to loose rocks, and as Bear tried to brace himself, he also slipped. The accident shattered the shin and calf bones of his right leg. He was in desperate need of medical assistance, but he was stranded in a remote location with no helicopter access. But Bear wasn't one to give up easily. He managed to survive for 12 hours without any medical help, enduring excruciating pain as his condition worsened. Eventually, a rescue team arrived and took him back to the base camp for medical treatment. Doctors warned him that if his recovery was delayed, he might never walk again. For a moment, he felt his life had lost its meaning. But instead of giving in to despair, he turned this challenging moment into a motivation. He developed a detailed rehabilitation plan and followed a strict daily schedule that included physical therapy, stretching, and strength training exercises to strengthen his muscles. Alongside this, he used mental visualization to imagine himself climbing again, which reinforced his determination. Studies show that visualization can improve performance by 10 to 15%. Most importantly, Bear set small, incremental goals for himself, like walking with crutches, then without support, and later practicing with climbing gear. He often said, "The climb is always tough, but it's the habit of climbing that gets you to the top." This mindset helped him face every challenge. After his recovery, he embarked on new adventures, including crossing the Arctic Ocean and becoming one of the youngest to climb Mount Everest. During his journey, he battled extreme weather, low oxygen levels, and physical exhaustion. But his daily training and mental preparation helped him overcome it all. Brian Tracy, in his book Million Dollar Habits, explains the extraordinary power of habits because a successful person does what needs to be done, whether they feel like it or not. Big idea number 2. You are what you do. Our brains contain about 20 million neurons, each connected to 20,000 other neurons. But in our daily lives, we use only a small fraction of this capacity. Imagine how much brain power you have that you're not using. Successful people make use of this capacity. The second most important lesson from this book is that if you dream of success, that dream can come true because everything is in your hands. As long as you don't give up, there are no limits. You are the creator of your own success. Your thoughts, words, and actions shape your life and success. You attract what you focus on, so always think positively and keep control of your thoughts. According to a study, successful people repeat the same habits daily that bring them closer to success. For example, when George Washington was a teenager, he read a book called Rules of Civility and Decent Behavior. He wrote its 110 rules in his notebook and read them daily, gradually adopting each one into his life. When he grew up and entered politics, his good behavior became part of his daily life. So you too should adopt good habits that instill strong values in you. Big idea number setting. Goals for success. The third major lesson of this book is setting goals for success, where a clear vision and decision-making play a vital role. What's the biggest asset of successful leaders? A clear vision. When you have a clear direction, making decisions becomes easier. According to McKinsey, leaders with strong vision grow their businesses by 15% more. For example, take Howard Schultz, the former CEO of Starbucks. He transformed a simple coffee shop into a global brand with a clear vision of creating a third place for customers between home and work. With this strong vision and decision-making, he executed the model, making it an instant hit. When you write down your goals, you train your mind to focus on them. In 1999, when Jack Ma started Alibaba with 4 friends in a small room, he didn't have much money or big resources, but he had a big dream. He said, "I'll build the world's largest online marketplace where anyone can sell their products." For effective goal setting, the SMART criteria are invaluable. SMART goals. To define your goals, there are 5 elements in the SMART framework. Specific. Your goal should be specific. For example, Jack Ma set a specific goal to create an online marketplace, giving him clarity about his mission. Measurable. Every goal should be measurable. For instance, Jack Ma set a target for Alibaba to have 1 billion users by 2020. Measurable goals let you track your progress effectively. Achievable. Your goal should be realistic. Jack Ma understood his resources and market conditions and built a team to take small steps in that direction. Relevant. Your goals should align with your long-term vision. Jack Ma designed his business model to support local artisans and manufacturers, connecting it with his bigger purpose. Time-bound. Every goal should have a deadline. Jack set a deadline to have everything ready by Alibaba's launch. Big idea number. 4. Time management and prioritization. This is a core lesson in million-dollar habits. Tracy says that if you want to be successful, you must make the best use of your time. This can only happen when you learn to prioritize your work and manage your time smartly. A story that explains this well is Richid Branson's. At just 16, Branson launched his first venture, a magazine, and later created Virgin Atlantic Airlines. Branson's biggest secret was delegation. As Brian Tracy says, delegate low-value tasks to others. Branson trusted his expert teams with various ventures, focusing his time on high-value tasks where he could make the greatest impact. Branson always says everything is important, but not everything can happen at once. Tracy also emphasizes focusing on your most important task daily that supports your long-term goals. Branson prioritized Virgin Atlantic Airlines, knowing it could be a turning point in his career. This decision led to the first Virgin Atlantic flight in 1984, and today, it's a global giant. Big idea number 5, continuous learning and adaptability. This habit sets successful people apart. Tracy says that those who keep learning and adapt to new challenges move forward. Elon Musk is a great example of this principle. His continuous learning habit is one of the major reasons behind his success. Brian Tracy also says in Million Dollar Habits that successful people continuously improve their skills, whether through reading or research. Musk shared in interviews that he had no formal education in rockets. He self-taught through books. This reinforces Tracy's point that a thirst for knowledge is essential. Besides reading and research, Tracy emphasizes that failure is not a setback, but a learning opportunity. Musk's journey is a great example. When SpaceX's early missions failed, he didn't give up. He learned from each failure and improved his processes. Today, SpaceX is a leading space company thanks to Musk's adaptability and commitment to learning. Networking and collaboration, as Brian Tracy says, your network is your net worth. Networking and collaboration are powerful habits that give you new perspectives. Musk, too, benefited from experts in Tesla and SpaceX by leveraging their knowledge to grow his business. Tracy points out that successful people adjust to their environment and embrace new opportunities. When Tesla introduced electric cars, there were challenges in educating the market about their future. Musk learned from competitors, understood market trends, and continued innovating. This adaptability led Tesla to become one of the world's most valuable companies. In summary, by embracing traits like resilience, continuous learning, effective time management, goal setting, and accountability, we can reach heights we never imagined. These habits are valuable not just for successful people, but for everyone. By incorporating these habits into your daily routine, you can bring positive changes to your life. So, start today. If you're ready to begin, comment with, "Yes, I will." Remember, there's great power in determination. Thank you for reading, keep learning, and keep growing.